Welcome to You Can Do It, and today we're going to be working on a VW T5.1, T5, all the same on this. I don't think the T6s. We're just going to be replacing a front brake flexible hose at the front. So if we go around here, basically the flexible hose on the front here for your brakes needs replacing. So this little video is about how to do that. So let's get straight to the chase. First things first, we need to get the jack and axle stands, jack this up, take the wheel off and support it all with the axle stand so nothing can happen. But as always with my video, I like to try and do a top-down approach. So before we even do that, we flip the bonnet here, right? And as we're going to be taking the brake pipe off, this has actually got an air breather in it, so obviously the brake fluid can go down, it won't cause a vacuum. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this off like that. We'll just take that off, and if you look there, it's got a little slit there which allows air to come in. So what I'm going to do is put a piece of plastic over that and then screw that back, which will cause an airlock in there, and it means that the not an airlock, so it will cause a. So make sure you've got some brake fluid to replace the fluid that's we're going to bleed out of that when we bleed the brakes. But make sure it's the correct the rating. So as it says on there, look, .4. So I've got .4 replacement. So what I'm going to do is just fill up that so it's as full as possible, and then I'm going to put the plastic over the top and seal that up. Careful, don't spill too much. Right, so that's about as much as I can get in there without it dripping out. Look, that's virtually full now. I just need to wipe that with a rag, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, that's pretty much full. So you put a bit of plastic over there like that. Look, and then I'm going to just put the cap on like that and tighten that up. So that'll produce. That's going to be airtight now. So basically, it's just going to reduce the amount of brake fluid that's going to come out of the pipe when we disconnect it. Okay, so let's now go down. Take the wheel off. Okay, let's now jack that up, take the wheel off and put it on an axle stand. Just to state the obvious, before you jack this up, make sure you're the opposite side to your jack in on the rear there. So it's not this side, the other side's got a chock behind the wheel so the car can't come back, and your handbrake's on fully. So now we'll jack this up. Okay, axle stand's underneath there, you can see that behind there. So now we'll just take the wheel off. 1, 2, 3. See how easy these impacts. Okay, so wheels off. So let me just get that out of the way. Now we've got the wheel off. So what we're replacing this cable here, because look, it's sort of damaged there. So I've got to replace this. So first of all, we have to loosen this off here. To loosen this, there's a spring here, and I think that clip actually goes over the top, so I have to loosen that first, and then get ourselves ready, and then we'll just loosen this, just so that we know that it's all loose, and then we can have a bit of a race to get it off, because I'm trying to do this without getting any sort of air going all the way back up. So when I'm taking this off, what I'm going to do is we're going to plug it with my little thing here. This is from a MITI vac. I'll put that on there, and then basically it means that hopefully no air will be able to go in. So let's get on and try and do that. Okay, you need an 11mm spanner for there. Look, 11mm. Put it on there. Look, yeah, and that's loose. It shouldn't be very. Shouldn't be very tight. Look, so that's loose. So just do it back and forth, because that could be quite seized up, because that's been here in the underneath with the wheel arch and everything. So we're not going to actually completely undo it. We're just going to loosen that off. Yeah. So just loosen it off one. Okay, that seems all right. Okay, and then for this one down here, we need a 14mm. So here's my 14mm spanner on there, and we'll put that on there, and we'll gently, there, look. So that's come loose there, right? So we now know that they're all nice and loose. So now we've just got to get ourselves ready. So make sure you've got a rag, but we're going to just start undoing this one here and pop that out. and then we'll put that Mitivac thing on the end just to stop it. Or, I mean, you don't need to have any special tools. You can just use a piece of plastic with an elastic band or some sort of cap or whatever you want to do. So let me get on and undo that now. I'll need both hands for that, so I'll just undo that. Okay, look, you had to get that spring off. You've got to basically take that right out. So don't try and take that spring off first. First of all, you've got to take the whole thing out. But it's stripping out slowly. So let me get on and do this. Okay, I've loosely put that in there. It's not doing a perfect job, but it's at least helping it. And now this end is out. Look, and now we'll just take this other end out here. So we've got to feed it out from here. Actually, it's probably better to just take that one off first, and then I can take that one out, and we can feed that. So remember, that went underneath, and now we're here, and we can undo this one. So I need 2 hands to do that. I need to put the 14 in there and undo that, and then I can quickly take this pipe out. So let me do that. So I've unscrewed the old one. Look, I've quickly screwed the new one in. I've just nipped that up fairly, not too tight. Remember, this pipe goes underneath here, so I'll put that underneath there, like that, and then that can go. Then we can put that back in there, yeah, and put the clip. Remember to put your spring clip, which has fallen off somewhere. I'll have to go and find that. I can put that clip back on and then screw that back in. So I'll go and do that now. Okay, well, I haven't done it up tight yet. I've just put that. You make sure you put the clip on. There's a little mark there, a little stub there, you see, which has got to fit in so that this can't turn. And then basically you slip the spring up over the end of this sort of nipple, and then you put it in and screw. So I haven't done that tight now, so let me tighten that up. So I'll tighten that up tightly, and then I'll tighten this one up tight, and then we're ready to bleed the system. Okay, so that's nice and tight, and I've cleaned that up. So then we need to push this back in here. Okay, so I've pushed that back in there, pushed that one in there. This goes all. Make sure that's tight there. Just to let you, before you take the old one out, make sure you've cleaned around the joint there, just so that when you take the old one out, you don't get bits of shit that falls down into the caliper when you put the new one in. So just make sure that's all nice and clean. So that's in, that's nice and tight, that's nice and tight, that's in, that's in. So now we just got to bleed the system. So this is an 11mm on here, so you need to get yourself a little 11mm open-ended spanner on there, or yeah. Now once you loosen that, obviously the fluid's then going to start coming out, but because we've put that piece of plastic over the reservoir, that's going to be minimal. So what we now need to do is go up the top and take off the plastic. So let's do that now. So we're up here, so let's just take that off. All right, we'll leave that off just so that we can see. So we see hardly any fluids come out. If you do this job fairly quickly, I mean, I'm trying to video at the same time, so I wasn't particularly quick today. But if you're just doing it quick, you can do it really quick, and you lose very minimal fluid. So right, so now I'm going to undo that, and then I'm going to pull some fluid through. Now the thing is, with my little homemade syringe system, right, I can put this on and then pull the syringe, and it'll suck it through. But I'll do that, and then I'll eventually get someone just to give me a hand to pump the pedal while I do it. But let's just give this a go at the moment. So I'm going to put that on there, loosen the nipple, and then I'll suck with a syringe, and hopefully it will suck a load of will suck the air and the new fluid through. So let me have a go at that. Okay, look, this gives you a bit of an idea. I've opened that up. Look, and if I start sucking this, I can't. It's very difficult to video and pull, but look, you can see me pulling in there. Just need to undo that, but you can see the fluid coming in. Very difficult to video this. Yeah, look, here's the fluid coming. Look, if I suck, you see it coming through in the air. So I need 2 hands to do this properly, but let me finish this. Okay, look, there's no air bubbles coming out of that now. So I've tightened that up. No air bubbles. So she's basically bled there. So we'll take that up. So then we'll clean this all up so there's no sort of fresh fluid there, so then we can see if we do have any problems. But the pedal feels all nice and hard inside according to my tester. There we are. That's all all. Let's dry it all off so you can. There, look. Yeah, push that on there. Right. So she's bled. So now it's a case of putting the wheel back on, and then we'll put the wheel off. Put it down obviously on the ground, and we'll take it for a quick spin and check that everything's all right. But obviously be very careful when you go out for a drive, because you want to make sure everything's working fine, so don't do anything stupid. Okay, so let's go and test that out, and then we'll see how we get on. I'll be back in a minute. So before we go actually on the road, just make sure we top up this this reservoir with your brake fluid. So we're finished now, so I'm going to top that up to that maximum level there, and then take the plastic off the cap and we'll put that back on. So I'll do that now. That's at maximum and nice and filled up. So close the lid. Let's take it for a spin. All done. Brakes work fine. Actually, they're better than they were before. So I don't know whether the actual brake fluid did need changing, or it was slightly contaminated or whatever. But anyway, the brakes are definitely better and sharp on the button. So we've done it. We've replaced that inner brake rubber. Didn't take really very long. Shouldn't take you much more. If it's the first time, it'll take you probably about an hour. If you do it all carefully and slowly. Otherwise, it will take less than that. Anyway, hope this has all helped. You can do it.